Where's my dumb record button? Start recording. Okay.
There's a notification. Something called Dickbot. Oh.
There we go.
Okay. I consent, and that moved you just a little. Second, I'll just move you around a little bit. And you can check the audio and stuff there as well. Oh, excuse me. Get rid of that.
You are excused.
That. No. 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 That's me.
And we're live.
And that's that one. So, where are you? There. And that.
Definitely need to adjust my camera.
You're far too much of it on the left there.
Yeah. Watching this happen in real time. All right, and our audio levels are good, so we're golden.
And that'll do. And that'll do. And that'll do. That'll do. Lock everything down. Lock it all down. All locked down. That'll do. Nicely. Here we go.
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
Sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 795 of the Overseas Connection podcast. Today, July 28th, 2024. It is two of us today. We're bringing you the lovely Robin Tate from Bellamina, Ireland. Robin, say hello. Doing a little bit of a different intro.
Newt, 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 newt.
Excellent. Hey, if you're just joining us, we're a video game podcast. We talk about video games, we talk about life, we talk about some newsy stuff. We do this every Sunday. It is 12 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. in the UK, 3 p.m. in the East Coast, and if you are out with good old Kim Woods, you're hanging out in the Central Time Zone at 2 p.m. Good Lord, I don't know what car. There's a car with a very loud muffler right outside my window right now.
Newt, newt.
I feel like I'm living Kim. Can you hear it?
Nope.
No, not at all. Okay,
No,
yeah, it's
that's
like
good.
making things vibrate.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right. Let's see. What else do we need to talk about, Robin? We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube.
Yeah, those things.
We will do an audio version of the podcast when we're done, but we do want you to like, subscribe, hang out, do all that good, fun stuff that we know you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of birthdays, nothing to report this week.
No.
So I think we're safe there. I think more or less we've kind of done everything. If you're wondering why it's just Robin and myself, well, Mark has been dealing with some stuff at home, so he's taken a little bit of a mini hiatus. Kim also dealing with some stuff at home, not as much of a mini hiatus, but a mini hiatus from the day nonetheless. So it leaves the two of us. Unless, Pete, I've kind of written Pete off at this point in time, and I'm just going to say this now. Pete, I love you. And there we go. I got the camera tracking me.
Wow,
Sorry,
that was
Robin.
good. That was all right. That was dramatic.
I know. It was dramatic. I need to pull
Yeah, that's
back
dramatic.
from the... Yeah. Anyway. Pete, I know things are tough on the boat. I do think you overestimated the strength of the Wi-Fi capabilities on the open seas. I'm just saying that now.
Sewers.
Yeah.
Not seas.
But
Open sewers.
we miss you, Pete.
We do.
We do miss Pete.
Miss Pete. I think his brother's coming here in a couple of weeks' time.
Is he? The country's never going to be the same.
Yeah, well, I don't really think I'll let him in twice, so You know?
No, once is enough. That's actually what they said to me too. Once I flew in, they said, "You know what? You go visit London and don't come back."
Hooray, it's story time. Hooray, it's story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
All right, I got to figure out how I can pull back this camera so it's not so. I feel like I'm really close up, and it is now annoying me a little. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it's my fault.
It
is my fault,
You're
Robin.
full face, man.
Because I talk with my hands,
Yeah,
and I did this,
yeah.
and the camera took that as my signal, and then it
You're like
did the zoomy thing.
black and white
anyway.
minstrels sort of thing. It's racist thing. It's terrible what you're doing. there.
No, I wasn't doing the racist thing. Don't go there. Not everything is racist,
It is,
people.
of course it is.
Just saying.
Everything is.
Lord. Although some things are. Can we just real fast? We gotta talk about the Olympics. Good fucking God.
Yes, indeed. Good fucking God. Yes. The Last Supper. I was watching it.
Yeah.
I didn't twig. To me, it was the Last Supper. I seen. I in some other chats, and I seen the hippo behind the table. And
You see the hippo behind the table.
so I mean, I think I had to describe it to a few people the other day, and I think my description is probably pretty apt. If I can get to it here. It was horrible. I mean, it was France. Yes, you kind of so you kind of think about some of that stuff. But oh my goodness, what a disgrace and horribleness! It really, really was just shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed. This is what I wrote. Think of a crazy camp party that makes people smile and go, whatever. Let them get on with it. And chuck several beards in dresses, a hippo, a 1970s river barge, torrential rain, a high school reenactment of Michael Jackson's Thriller dance. It's an utter disaster that Homer Simpson designed. I get the barge, something different, but the spectacle of the Olympics opening was always this big show in the stadium and blah blah blah. But just the woke world has taken over completely. How dare you not like this?
I'm just going to say this now, and so, it's interesting, and I'm not going to get super religious on the show, but I mean, I am from a Christian faith, and I do find it interesting that one of the number one targets of the woke media when they try to poke fun at different religions, almost 99.9% of it is Christianity. Why wouldn't they take a shot at the Islamic faith?
Yeah.
You
can't do that. You can't do that, and you can't.
Well, and there's a reason for it.
And I'm not going to be racist here either, because a white man can't have. I think our good friend and fellow podcast host Camilla, she's having a white dudes Zoom meeting. The Zoom meeting for white dudes. Can you imagine me having a Zoom meeting for the white dudes? Yeah, just the world, and it's now accepted, and we've been kicked, and the Christianity and all of that has been kicked for so long now that it's fair game, and
but there is another aspect to this, and that is that the Christianity in general, Christian faith tends to be very tolerant.
Yep.
Very forgiving. I mean, and so one thing that is not is the Islamic faith. That especially
Careful.
I shouldn't say Islamic faith.
Careful.
It's the extreme fundamentalist.
Yes.
Where they're not in, and of course Paris, of course, is having massive problems right now with that. So,
but as soon as you say that, people will automatically go to the small percentage of crazy Christian radical people as well. But the majority. Unfortunately, the majority doesn't rule any of our countries anymore. It's the minority.
This is also very true,
and that is the problem. And the majority are generally tolerant enough people who let people get on with it. But it's and whether we're talking about woke stuff, we're talking about race stuff, or anything else, the majority of people just want to get on with their lives, and it's that small percentage of radicals on all sides that are just crazy. So it's just nutty. But anyway, speaking of killing things and stuff like that, there, I had one just back from the US tonight. Nadia just arrived back about 5 o'clock, absolutely exhausted. So she had been in the States and New York and Virginia and Washington
Right.
all for the last 2 weeks. So she's just back, exhausted. And this kid flew business class back and forth.
Oh,
And she was moaning that she had to go to a church. There was churchy people that she was with that taking her out, and she was moaning that she had to go to church. And I'm going, for goodness sake. You're in America on a fully expenses paid trip, fantastic, everything paid for. You've flown business class back and forward. I've never flown business class across the Atlantic. It's
Yeah.
kids.
I would have killed for that.
But speaking of killing things, we all know Stanley, my wonderful neighbour. Now, Stanley hasn't been well. He has some very severe heart problems, and he's in our hospital. The ambulance is there quite regularly, and he just got out a few days ago. And he has, it looks like it's going to have to be a heart transplant, or else he's not going to make it. There's so much scarring going on seemingly inside, and everything they've tried has failed. But he was out yesterday, and I was out with a strimmer going along the front of the house, which attaches to a field, and round the fence is all this tall grass. And I'd put weed killer down to kill it, and it was all dry straw because it has been quite nice here. And I was going with the strimmer, and Stanley came down. And I said, "Oh, Stanley, good to see you out of the hospital. How are you doing?" It's terrible. And Judith came over, and Jasmine, but we'll get to that in a second. And she said, "Hey, Robin, I have an idea. I'm take that strimmer. It's just that's taking. It's going to take you forever there. There's 100 yards, 150 yards of that stuff to do, and don't do that." He says, "Well, tell you what to do. Go and get some petrol, and pour the petrol over the straw." And then light it and have your garden hose. Don't worry about the fence posts. They can, you just wet them down. Just burn the grass and just wet it down. It's fine. That'll be fine. I'll be fine. She said, "Stanley, I've got a better idea." She says, I've got one of those pump weed killer things that I strap on. There's a spray. And if I put the petrol on, I can spray with that there. And just set a match to it and then work my way along. And that'll be great. So I put the strimmer away, and I went and got the weed killer thing and filled it up for a gallon of petrol, pumped up the pressure and wrapped it on, went spraying.
So you literally strapped a gallon of petrol to your back
with an aerosol spray.
With an aerosol spray.
Yeah.
With the intention to then light this on fire after that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
So I threw a match at the first bit, and up it went, and this grass started to burn. And I sprayed some more to keep the flames going. But of course, the end of the spray also caught fire, so it looked like it was a blowtorch, like a Vietnam movie, or a World War II flamethrower that was firing flames out 3 feet or 4 feet in front of me. And I was going, "Wow, this is cool." And of course, the end of the nozzle catches fire as well. And I'm rubbing it on the grass to try and get it out. And okay, this is really dodgy here, but it's great fun. It's good fun. So I go around the oak tree and I start to go again, and I get my head down, and I get a lot of petrol on it and throw the match in, and I went, woof! My head is singed, my eyebrows were almost gone, my eyelashes are still, this is last night by the way, the ash was falling out of my eyelashes, and the big bits I went and had a shower afterwards, and all the stuff was started, ash of hair was falling out. I could smell, you could hear the sound when you burn your hair and it crackles. That was there. I put the petrol away after that. I'm going back to the strimmer. Anyway, so he was down at the side of the fence. He was in the field, and Judith came over to see how he was, and Jasmine and Isabella came running over. And the first thing that Jasmine said was, "You knocked over my cat, didn't you?" A year and a half ago. And Stanley, I think so, but from the mouths of babes, and Stanley's going, oh, which one?
Yeah, which one? There's been many.
So at this stage, Stanley, it's several. So yeah. Anyway, other stuff then. Last night, as you know, I'm going to Italy on Tuesday, and my niece, my eldest niece, is getting married around Lake Garda, and the wedding is. So we're out for about a week, and then the wedding. So we fly out on Tuesday, and the wedding is the following Wednesday. And really looking forward to that. Great stuff. Can't wait to get out. Some recharge. One of our favorite parts of the world. And last night was the stag. So we went karting first, which was great. Love a bit of go-karting.
Solid start.
Good start. That was brilliant. Grand Prix. Isle fella here. Although I didn't win the races because the dirty drivers, I was the fastest man on the track. And then we went for a nice meal, and so we met with some other people. So there was about a dozen of us.
Okay.
The groom drove his car. He arrived.
The groom drove his own car.
He drove his own car. He arrived.
So he was not drinking at all?
Yeah, he had one.
Okay.
And we had a meal. And then my brother-in-law, father of bride, he had these pieces of paper, and everybody had to write down do's and don'ts of marriages and truth and lies, so we could all read out to the table. And everybody was, it was the usual, don't go to bed angry, sort of like, and I'm going, okay. And I write down, Erin was in a dilemma. She didn't know what to do, so she phoned Charlie and asked Charlie to speak to her husband because he didn't know what to do in bed at night time. So Charlie, I wrote this all down. So Charlie told the groom to stick the hardest part of his body where she pees. And Erin came on the phone several hours later, distraught, asking Charlie to speak to him again to tell him to take his head out of the toilet. So everybody else was Presbyterian humour, and there's me trying to lighten it up. So we had our meal, and it was a nice meal, nice steak. And then we went to a little bar around the corner, and there's a pool table there. And I think we played 3 rounds of pool. And I was home at 10:30.
That is a very low-key stag party.
It was terrible. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a nice guy, and he's not a party animal, but my goodness, it was as dull as dishwater.
Yeah, I got to think back to it. So my bachelor party, we played golf. We did the whole dinner thing. And then at that point, we separated off. Like dad and uncles went home, and the boys continued on. And I just remember at one point, we were at a strip club. The stripper was on stage giving me a lap dance. And then she turned around and told me to dance. And somehow I complied with that. So thankfully there's no photographic evidence of this, but yes, on stage just
I think I lay comatose on a dance floor at one stage through the night, and they brought me home in the boot of one of the cars.
That's brilliant.
Anyway, good luck to them. She is a lovely, lovely girl, a lovely woman, and who is exciting and lights up the room when she enters it. And this young man will be a fantastic husband, but he'll be reliable and always be there. But and you never have to worry about him going anywhere and doing anything bad. But you don't worry.
Well, in fairness,
about him
not
doing
really
anything.
His fault, because isn't it the best man's job to plan the stag party?
Charlie is the best man.
Okay. All right. This really falls on Charlie.
Yes.
Did you have a conversation with Charlie?
I
after
did,
this?
but there's so much you can do, and it's a hard, There I said, Robin, all the brother-in-laws. There's 3 brother-in-laws, or so the father and the 2 brother-in-laws. And says the brother-in-laws, you're going to have a speech, aren't you? And I'm going, I don't know, there's going to be 60 odd people at this wedding, and a lot of them are churchy people. So I don't know if it's the right audience for me. I did that one time before in Scotland. The guy who was a very churchy family, and I cracked some jokes, and you could have heard a pin drop in the room. So I don't know. She says maybe on the day I'll say.
I think you absolutely need to give a speech now.
Give us a yes. I mean, but it will be nice. I mean, I wrote her a lovely.
Get up on stage and talk about the sanctity of marriage, and then and
if I was 21, she wouldn't have a chance, and she wasn't related to me, and all that. Yeah, absolutely. I could say that stuff. Like that. No, it'll be very straight. Yeah, I wrote her a nice letter. We put this lovely book together for her. When there's a lot of stuff that Judith's been doing, and a lot of close friends and family wrote letters. So I wrote a nice letter to her that she'll get when she's away. And from me, I'm just a big softy. What do you do? I mean, my letter. You can have a preview of my letter. My dearest niece Erin, from the first moment I held you in my arms, I knew you were destined for great things. This is my speech, it has to be. Over the years, I've watched you grow into a remarkable young woman filled with grace, kindness, a spirit that shines brightly with a wicked sense of humour that I love. When you walk into the room, it brightens with the warmth of your smile. I love spending time with you. Now, as you prepare to walk down the aisle, I couldn't be prouder of the person you've become. I wish you every happiness in the future. Congratulations, my dear Erin. Today marks the day, start of a beautiful journey, and I'm honoured to be part of it. Love, Robin. Isn't that nice? There you go.
That is
nice,
lovely.
Nice man. Nice man. So, getting ready for Italy. That's all right. I'm leaving my bongo business behind. I've got lots of videos scheduled to go. But I had a lovely piece of bongo business over the last week or so there, and a company called GT Omega. You may have heard of them. They make lovely seats and all the bits and pieces and rigs. And I am now an official affiliate of them, so which is lovely. I will get some nice free gear and nice discount codes for anybody that wants to buy the chairs and seats, and people are using that code rapidly at the moment. And
excellent.
That's cool. And I watched one thing this week. I've watched it before several times, and I love it. I watched Red.
Oh, I have started that movie a couple times. I've never finished it.
It's brilliant. It's great fun.
All right,
great fun. Bruce Willis, really good fun. It's right up.
I need to give it an honest shot. I think part of the problem is also I haven't seen it in its true form. I've seen it like on network television where it has commercial breaks, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, Robin, by the way,
yes,
for your speech,
yes.
I'm thinking maybe you work this into the speech, and I think this would be a good addition.
Okay.
Since you're talking about marriage, we're talking about forever.
Yep.
We're talking about the significance of the passage of time.
So do you think I could be unburdened?
So when you think about this, Robin,
could I be
great
unburdened?
Significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires or marriage. What we need to do is create. This is going to work. So you're really going to try and work.
Yeah, but I could be unburdened by what has been before, by what has happened in the past.
Yeah,
and if I can unburden that, and that would be good too.
I fully just did a complete
Google.
Joe Biden. I was reading the teleprompter with the quotes.
Dear. My goodness. Anyway, what about you? I mean, there's wildfires again, allegedly, in California.
There are some wildfires north of us. The good news is not near me. My sister actually went to go visit her brother-in-law with her husband, and they are very close to the fires. So they had like the whole orange sky thing going on, ash coming out of the sky. So they're now visiting my mom, which is great. But yeah,
that's rough.
It's fire. It's been a mellow. It's actually been a mellow weather week. So about Wednesday, it was 105 degrees. It dropped to 103 on Thursday, and then Friday was like 95, and yesterday was 83. It was so nice.
Well, I think I'm going on Tuesday. I'll be doubling my temperature. So
yeah,
it's hot.
You should enjoy that.
Damn hot.
Hot is nice. Hot is nice. Okay, a couple things. So
yes.
We're now at a point where we're trying to declutter the house from some of the stuff that we know is not going to work in the house. So obviously the chairs behind me, But we bought another storage rack yesterday, put it together, more bins to put stuff into to get it up off the garage floor. So we're actually making progress. There's a light at the end of the tunnel now, which is nice.
If you haven't used it for a year, bin it or sell it.
Yeah. We don't quite follow that policy. We try to.
Who does?
But not quite. So have you ever seen they're like a long kind of tube that stands up on the ground that has like bubbles coming up out of it, and it's like different colors. It'll change colors. And usually they'll have like little fake fish in it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Well, yeah, we had
needs.
one of those for Glenn. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have one of those for Colin, and he loves it.
You broke it.
So I'm sitting in the kitchen yesterday, making some stuff for dinner, and I suddenly just hear this screaming, "Oh my God, no, no!" And I'm like, "What the heck is going on?" And so I round the corner, and I'm looking at Cindy running through the house, and Colin took his tube and knocked it over. And of course, the top cap of it isn't screwed on;
No,
it's just
not
pops
loose.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
And the fish dead?
it emptied all of it.
And there's quite a bit of water in that as well.
Yeah. So we then were on damage control, with just soaking up water in his room. I think we're good. We're clear, but there's some damp spots, but at least it's underneath his bed as opposed to out where like the main traffic is.
Okay. Well, and it's clean water anyway, so it's
Cleanish.
Yeah, cleanish. It's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm watching Nick's
Yeah.
Nick talking about she came in with you strapping something on, which is, I mean, it's par for the course. I mean,
Yeah, well,
that's-
I'm very,
that's-
very small. I need whatever help I can get. So if I have to strap
I don't
something
wanna
on,
go
I
there.
strap something on.
Fantasy football is around the corner. Football's starting back up. I'm excited. We have one of my leagues. I do our first draft day with Gary DeFelice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens tomorrow. Excited.
Good.
Fantasy football's back, baby. And then most importantly,
Yes.
I saw Deadpool last night.
I want to see Deadpool.
Yeah, it is. I'm not going to, no spoilers. It's great.
Yes.
I love the humor of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Actually, I think his inclusion just makes this movie fantastic. I think it rivals the first one.
So
Definitely better than the second one.
what you need to do to follow up is you need to watch.
Say it again?
What you need to do to follow up with this is watch Chicken Shop Date with Hugh Jackman, with both of them.
Logan might be worth watching.
No,
Logan.
you don't get me. There's a thing on YouTube called Chicken Shop Date, and it's an English
Okay.
girl. It's a bit like Hot Ones. He eats a hot chicken and interviews people.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, this
yeah.
is Chicken Shop. This is an English girl that does this, and she goes on dates with people in a chicken shop. So Southern Fried Chicken Shop. So in the front, they're interviewing. They eat a little chicken. They chat, and she's very deadpan, and she had a date with both of them, one at a time,
God, okay.
and it's hilarious because
All right.
because her humor is so dry. And it just bounced off them so well. She flirts with them, and it's very, very funny. So Chicken Shop
I will
Date,
have to
and
give
search
it-
for
Chicken Shop.
Chicken Shop Date. Yeah, she interviews the top people from around the world. Chicken Shop Date.
Chicken
only about
Shop
5
Date.
minutes long.
Okay.
Only about 5 minutes long.
That is now squarely on my to watch list. But should be on your watch list. Deadpool, Wolverine, fantastic.
I will.
The only thing I'm going to tell you:
Okay.
stay the entire movie
Oh, there's always been the
into
end.
the credits, all the way to the very end. Like the credits are going to finish, and you're going to be like, "Okay, I've wasted my time." You have not. Trust
Good.
me.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yep.
Always do.
So all the way, and it's good. It's really good. The
Good.
humor is on point, and Hugh Jackman, his interaction with Ryan Reynolds is fantastic. It's good. It is good. So anyway, I will leave it at that.
Good
Go
guys.
see Deadpool and see it in the movie theater. It was worth seeing it in the movie theater. Ironically, I saw it in 3D.
Oh,
I didn't know that was still a thing.
never mind.
Apparently it is. I was just looking for, I wasn't paying attention to the actual, the theater. I was just trying to find a time that we could make it because we were getting tickets kind of last minute. And I didn't want to be stuck on the very side of the theater, or right up on the screen. It's my least favorite place to watch a movie, so I'm like, no.
I mean, imagine
So
how
we
many
found-
pairs of 3D glasses are out there not used anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think they've gotten wise to that. I think they recycle them now. So I think they collect them in a bin and then they wash them. And then they repackage
From the
them.
theater. Oh, I'm not talking about
Yeah.
people at home that bought their Sony Bravia 3D
Oh, no.
TVs. This is the future. And only one person in the house can watch the movie in 3D.
Yeah. I will say 3D at home was a failed experiment. 3D in the theaters for the right movies, great. This does not have to be in 3D, by the way. There's nothing about this movie that makes me be like, oh, it should be in 3D.
I have my 3D specs over here from the Shrek ride in Universal Studios Florida on the last day that it was
Okay.
open. And I stole a pair as we were coming
Now
through.
that's worth having 3D.
Yeah, that was good because it was 4D. Because Donkey sneezed and the nose came out of the screen and water sprayed over you.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So yeah, that was good. Anyway,
All right. Let's wrap this up. Let's get on to talking some games.
games.
Shall we play a game?
I want to play a game.
You are one pathetic loser.
Oh, there are free games,
There are indeed. There are some free games, but
but it's really
technically we're at the end of the free
next
games.
week is the free games. Really, it'll be the start of a
Yeah.
new month. And
Well, yeah.
yeah. So
The only thing I can tell you is August 1st to August 8th, Lumberjack will be available on Epic Game Store.
Oh wow!
So
I'm
if
a
you want to
Lumberjack.
carry out that fantasy, Robin.
And I don't care. Yeah, I have to go to that. What do you call that shop when I'm in America again? Sea Bass shop? No, the big Great Outdoors shop.
Bass Pro Shop.
I can buy some more of those padded sort of.
Did you go in the
jackets.
Bass Pro Shop?
I love the Bass Pro shop.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's you could spend all day in the Bass Pro shop.
Yeah,
It's,
people don't understand Bass Pro Shop if you've never been to one. They they have just a ton of
Everything.
just stuff. It's not only camping gear, guns, they've got fishing gear, but
Everything.
then they've also, I think all of them,
Boats.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of them have gigantic aquariums in them.
yeah.
So it's just like you walk in and you just see this giant wall of fish. It's awesome.
There's one down at it's the one we go to is at in fact we've been a couple of times now at Universal, near beside Universal Studios in Florida.
Okay.
And it is massive, and it was just awesome. And I buy those plaid shirts that are really thick, and bring a few of them home with me.
Flannel.
Flannel.
You got your flannel.
Yeah,
There you go.
flannel
That's-
shirts. That's really good.
Part of becoming an American, Robin. It's you have to own at least one flannel.
At least, and what a time to be an American. What a time!
God.
It's so exciting.
Not going there, Robin. Not going there.
I
It's going to be it is going to be insane the next couple of months. I will just say that.
yeah. Well, as long as you have a Borders are, it's okay. You're all right. So,
I mean, okay, I might be going there. Who's our president? That's my question. Because we've seen Joe Biden and come out of Groundhog Day one moment. And by the way, it looked like he grew like a foot.
oh yeah,
I don't know if you
that's
saw
the conspiracy
the images. Yeah, a lot of conspiracy theories going around, but he hasn't been really in public eye since that speech.
If he's not fit
And of
enough to
course-
run a campaign, he's not fit enough to be president. End of. 25th.
No, but interestingly, good old Kamala, she met with the Prime Minister Netanyahu,
No, not in Congress. No, not there. No, she wouldn't go
outside
there.
of Congress.
Yeah, she wouldn't
And-
do there. So,
And she also told him that she promised that the U.S. would continue to support the humanitarian efforts. I forgot how she phrased it, but the interesting thing was her phrasing, because she doesn't have that authority.
nope.
So
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah,
All right, moving on.
because
Moving on.
seriously,
Let's talk
games.
video games. Robin,
yeah. So
4.
Diablo. So I had been playing some of Star, whatever it was, Star something or other, Star League. Very confusing menu systems and mapping. I did play a little bit more, but I had downloaded Diablo 4, and I started it up. And I meant to post a question. I played through the first I don't know hour or two of it, which is the first sort of mission to get to know you stuff.
right?
And I had played an awful lot of Diablo 3 and worked my way through up a lot of the skill levels and played through, I think it was my third character or fourth character on it. And the question I was going to ask is, I started it on the easy level for people that just want a story, and
Right.
I'm killing everything too easily. But I'm also thinking, well, is it just the beginning, and that's just the way of it, or should I up the hardness levels, because it just was, you walk through, you press A, you're dead, you're dead,
Now,
you're dead.
speaking from my own point of view,
Yes.
I think you always should up your hardness levels. So, no, so yeah, I would up the difficulty.
Yeah,
I'd bring it
think
up
so.
at least one notch.
Think so, because it looks very pretty. The story looks like there's a bit of a story there. There's a horny girl.
There's definitely a story there.
You know,
It
there's
is well worth
big horny girl.
the
and,
playthrough.
you know, and the guy that looks like he's from the Avengers movies that calls him mother. So not the Avengers movies. Guardians of the Galaxy. The guy in black. Anyway.
Shout out to Nick real quick. Thank you for stopping by, Nick.
Oh yeah.
We love you. We miss you.
Oh yeah, we miss Nick. She should be on the show. Come on,
She should be on the show.
Yeah, should
Nick,
be.
come back.
come back, Nick. Come on.
Just saying.
Yeah. But it looks pretty. It's nice. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, people were going, "Oh, it looks so much better than the last one," but it looks like Diablo. I thought Diablo 3 looked good.
I think it is very much a step above the old Diablo.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
But I mean, it's still, isometric view hack and slash game. So
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me. I was playing it going. This is just like funny. This are either Lego games are just like this, or this is just like a Lego game. Because you go around and smash everything in Lego games to try and find stuff, and this is where you go and smash tree stumps and boxes and all those other bits and pieces, and you smash everything like that to get that. An annoyance when it started up, it was decided to read everything to me, like your dictated.
assistive voice.
Yeah,
on.
I think that seems to be automatically on. So I switched. Switched that off. But yeah, look, it looks lovely. It feels very comfortable. It feels nice to be back there again. And it is, as I said before, I was looking forward to it because it's one of those ones you can play a chapter or a few bits and pieces of it and drop it and go back again. A lot of online play with it. Is that right? Because I mean, when I started my game, it was like queuing, waiting for, and
So you can turn on or off, basically. You can have friends and or strangers join your game,
okay,
but you can also turn that off so you don't see anybody.
okay,
So when you go into town, what's interesting is when you have the community play on, you'll see other characters, like player characters, running around the town, but they're just in the town hubs. They
right,
won't
okay.
follow you
you out.
outside of that.
right.
So, I pretty much played it solo. I did not play it really co-op at
All
all.
right, okay. I did a lot
But
of it. I think
the benefit
Mark
of playing
and I played
co-op
quite a bit
is
together.
one, you can trade weapons, so you can get good gear from somebody that's higher up. But also the gear drops tend to be better when you're in co-op.
Yeah, it's all about the loot. You get a new thing. Is it better? Stick it on.
Yeah, and it auto splits the loot. That's the other thing. So you won't be like, if there's not going to be like one sword gets dropped and it's a fight between the two of you to race to see who can pick it up first. They'll drop stuff for you. They'll drop stuff for them.
That's fine. I read some of the reviews, and they got very bad reviews now. And most people complaining about the loot and people and them trying to get money out of you and all that sort of thing. But I can't imagine.
You could play through it with no problem without. I mean, I think that I don't know. My take on it. A lot of people like to complain about, loot like that or cosmetics, because they just like having the cool new thing.
I was very
And so
annoyed that
when
I
they
couldn't enjoy. I could just her face and her hair and her eyes and her nose, but not her boobs. Couldn't make any adjustment to that whatsoever.
But I mean, that's it though, Robin. I mean, people just they see the thing in the shop and they're like, well, that should have been in the game for free for me.
You glossed over that bit.
I did. I'm not going to go back to it.
No. So yeah, what about you? Did you play anything?
So I have a back end Starfield, pretty hardcore. Looking to just finish out the main story. And as I say that, I got sucked into the bounty hunter faction missions. And the one thing I love about Starfield is you're never going to be wondering, is there something to do? Like, you're never going to have a moment where there's just literally nothing for you to do. You pick up side missions like they're dropping, petals off of a flower that's dead. I mean, they're falling to the ground left and right.
That's poetic.
So I still very much enjoy Starfield. There are some niggles with it, and it's not a perfect game by any stretch. But it is solid. Yeah. I think it's just the whole, it's kind of Mass Effect to me in a way.
Okay.
But it's Mass Effect light because I don't have to worry about, the relationships aren't as important in Starfield as they are in Mass Effect. They're still there, and you still have a lot of relationships that you go and you're kind of interacting with, but they're not as important, at least from what I can tell, to the main story as Mass Effects were.
In my last session, I picked up I think I must have selected it in my character creation. An adoring fan that comes and talks too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're brilliant. Oh, I love you. Oh. Yeah, that's getting annoying already.
Yeah, a lot of people said the perk is nice up until the guy starts getting annoying, and it's just like, go away, die. And I think you can kill your adoring fan, by the way.
Good.
So you might have to do that.
Good.
That Halo multiplayer had a
Oh,
great
yeah.
session on Wednesday with Lewis and Martin, and Snookins showed up for a little bit.
Very good.
Yeah.
I started my leg of the Bongo World Series, Bongo's European Vacation. It started on
Nice.
Tuesday evening. It was epic. It was at Spa, where the Formula One was today. 2 races, a 40-minute race. It's aimed at experienced and new people. So the first is a 40-minute race, and then the second race is reverse grid. And the first
So now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
So when you get that mix of experienced and new on the track at the same time,
yeah.
I mean, how does that play out? Does it get a little messy at times?
So in a lot of places it get messy, and it does, and it has. And this is our second season of this format. So the first race is not so much, okay? So because you have a qualification, and the fast guys will qualify up front, and away they go, and it levels itself out. The second race, I have it as a reverse grid race. That means the fast guys start at the back. And not only that is, I split the grid because there was 33 or 34 people on the grid. So I split it in half. So the first 15 or 16 cars get like a 30-second head start.
Okay.
And the fast guys come through. So 2 things. One, the fast guys have to learn, because fast guys qualify well in the first race, and they are off by themselves, racing by themselves generally, not having to pass that many people, the odd one.
Right.
And it's a skill to learn how to pass someone safely. So
Yes.
what I love about this is the reverse grid. They have to learn this new skill set of how to get through these less experienced guys who break earlier and sometimes do random things that they're not used to. So in the first season, there was some people were annoyed. These guys, they broke far too early and I ran into the back of them. That's not their fault. That's your fault. You've got to learn how to get past safely. So the fast guys are now learning a new skill. But because the guys have a head start, and it's lovely when I'm doing the championship tables and the points tables that a lot of the guys that are generally in the middle or back are at the front. And they are over the moon for being at the front and getting the taste of again, this is another skill set, leading a race and the pressure of people
staying
coming
in the lead.
Yeah, that's a different pressure altogether. So it's worked out really well. And the second race, the first race was good. The second race was epic. I think I was third in the first race or fourth in the first race. So the really, really fast guys were with me and they were pushing me like mad. And it was awesome. And you're like fighting through your peers that are almost, so close. It was just brilliant. And I'll be actually, I think that goes up on Monday evening. I have that scheduled to land because while I'm away, my admin team of Bonget's flying synchronized administrators are going to handle the champ because I'm missing 2 championship nights, so they're going to handle that for me. So, but I'm going to post a review of that first race. So, but very, very exciting. So yeah, but yeah,
I think you should add another wrinkle to it, Robin.
yes, help me. Naked.
So I think you should have a race that randomly, as people are driving, a Skype window pops up in the middle of the screen.
Sounds good. Another distraction. Can you drive under distraction? Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's maybe it. So yeah, that's all going well. That's good.
Yeah, good.
And when we come back, then we start to ramp up to get ready for the Warriors Pro season, which will start at the end of August. So that's the
Pro.
big boy races now. So yeah, good times. Good times.
All right. Hey, Robin,
Yeah.
how do you feel about a quick quiz?
Oh, quiz me.
Yeah. All right. So we're Metacritic Madness.
Okay.
I've got you lined up. Here we
Line me
go.
up.
Robin,
Yeah.
I want you to clear your mind.
And it didn't take long.
You are back in the year 2005.
Okay, 2005. I was 15.
2005. You are under the Christmas tree. You're opening up a game package. And disappointingly, you're getting, well, maybe not disappointing, but Jade Empire. Open up this package, Jade Empire, on the Xbox. What Metacritic score do you think Jade Empire got? Is this going to make you happy, or is it going to make you cry as a kid?
See, it was not one of those Japanesey shit things, wasn't it?
Well, it was from BioWare.
Jade
It was a Kung Fu RPG,
Powerful.
supernatural Kung Fu RPG.
About 61.
61. That feels
Light?
yeah. I'm gonna give you one more chance. You're locked in for 61. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But if you were to re-guess it, and you got to remember, BioWare. This is BioWare after they had just come out.
96.
Say it again.
96.
Well, not that great, Park. No, 89,
86.
Robin. 89. It was an 89.
I actually
It's a
don't know
well-received game.
I know
but
the
it
game,
just
but I don't
never-
know the game.
Yeah, it just never caught on.
Yeah.
Now,
Here to
you
think.
might have been more of a
Ooh.
SOCOM 3 U.S. Navy SEALs kind of guy for
No.
the PS2.
I'm sure. You're okay. So calm.
So what do you think? What do you think the Metacritic score for SOCOM 3 U.S. Navy SEALs was?
That's a more realistic type game, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, very Rainbow Six-ish.
So it's 96.
You're thinking 96.
Yes.
You should have been thinking 82.
Okay. But it was a good game, bud. That's good. On a PS2.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
Now,
Yeah.
this I know is your jam.
Okay, my jam. Yesterday's jam.
It's not a racing game though.
Okay.
But Splinter Cell Chaos Theory on the Xbox.
96, Greg. Again. Has to be 96. Has to
This
be.
time you are much, much better
Oh,
off,
yeah.
Robin. 94. So that was very
Wow,
close.
Yeah, those Splinter Cell games on even the PS2 stuff, that was just
Yeah.
awesome.
I
Awesome.
miss Splinter Cell games.
Awesome. And even some of those old shooting games. What was the one like Saving Private Ryan that he's on the beaches, the beach, you get him to the beach first.
Oh, that was there was Call of Duty,
Call
but
of Duty.
it wasn't Call of Duty.
No, it was was it a Battlefield one? I don't know. There
There was a Battlefield
there's
one.
There's
I'm
one
trying to
you
remember
went
that.
around like submarine pens, and there was so many good ones. I mean, there's the
Well,
one,
Call of Duty 2 was, and then there's Call of Duty World at War, but Call of Duty 2 was actually, and the original Call of Duty was all based on World War II.
yeah,
So,
never happened, you know.
all right.
So that's
Hey,
just-
Robin,
Yeah, what?
let's talk news.
Oh shit! News.
Here is the fucking news.
We just have a couple news headlines.
Okay, so look, PlayStation, that VR2, that's the thing you put on your head. It's going to receive a huge Jackman UK price cut ahead of Steam app release. So
I mean, that is a massive price cut. as I'm looking at that.
Well, the headset is currently available on Amazon and Smith's, which is a toy shop, for up to 36% off. And at the time that I didn't write this, the headset is £349, down from £529. Now, when you say that, that's a big drop. Bundle deal includes Horizon Call of the Mountain and has received a similar price cut. The headset is even cheaper at Smith's, coming in at £329.99. And the VR2 is getting PC support next month.
This is why they're doing it.
Yeah. The adapter it needs an adapter. The adapter will be released on August the 7th, and it'll require a adapter thing. It's going to cost you 50 quid or $60. And you can get that at direct.playstation.com where available. You'll also need a commercially available DisplayPort cable. It's sold separately, and it has to be compatible with DisplayPort 1.4, as well as a Steam account and a PC that meets the minimum requirements. Well, considering all the hardware's in the headset, isn't it? Really?
For the most part, yeah.
Sony said the features like HDR, headset feedback, eye tracking, adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback other than Rumble will not be available when playing on PC.
So okay, let's just take stock real
It's a
fast.
screen on your head.
Yeah, pretty much. All the great features of VR2 that Sony was promoting are not going to work on PC.
I'm trying to think, why would you buy this with a big bloody cable like this when you could go out and buy a really good second-hand Oculus Rift or a Quest?
Especially on the news of this, that basically all of the special features that really differentiated it are not going to work.
Like, holy shit, how do we get rid of this hardware?
So here's a question for you, Robin. When's the last time you used your Quest?
At least a year ago. At least a year. It sits beside my rig. I mean, a lot of them use VR for racing.
Okay.
And they say like they couldn't go back even to triple screens like I use, or the super wides. They say like it's so intense that it's so good, and maybe they're right. Not very good for a streamer, because not only do you look like a cock in a private room, but you look like a cock with 3 cameras around you as well. So I don't think. And again, can you imagine me? Like my average stream when I'm doing a day stream, it's 6.5 to 7 hours long.
Yeah,
so
it's a long time to be in a headset.
You would lose all sense of reality. So I don't think I'll be going there. I mean, I enjoyed my Quest for exercise.
Right.
I enjoyed it for that way, and gaming wise, didn't really use it for gaming. It was more a curiosity than anything else.
Sure.
And even the games were almost curiosities as well, all miniature things. So, but I love the way that's going. We talked about it at the end of the year, beginning of the year, that glasses now with the kit in them are becoming more and more a thing, and that's then the mixed.
That's a little more exciting to me.
The mixed reality stuff is that's really cool. So,
Yeah.
Do you want to buy a Quest?
No. Speaking of losing things, Robin, what's this next story about?
Oh, Stalker 2, it's been delayed until November. Remember, Stalker 2 has been delayed to November. In a new video titled Really? Again? Developer GCSC Game, fair enough to them, Game World announced that the game will now launch on November 20th instead of September the 5th, as previously planned. We know you might be tired of waiting, and we truly appreciate your patience, it said. These 2 additional months will give us a chance to fix more unexpected anomalies, or simply bugs, as you call them. So, it's a hot mess at the moment then.
Yeah.
Stalker was that Russian military survival game that looked absolutely fabulous and everybody raved about it. So, okay. All right. This next report is terrifying. Roblox reported over 13,000 incidents of child exploitation in 2023 from one member of Mr. Beast's staff. No, that's not true. US police have reportedly arrested... I feel sorry for Mr. Beast. I feel sorry for him. So you have heard the story for him?
I have.
So yeah, so a year and a half ago, one of his buddies, one of his mates, his crew decided that he was going to be a she. And what could he do? Because if he had kicked him out, he would have been called all nastiness. So he kind of had to go along with it uncomfortably, I am quite sure. And now this same person has been caught doing lots of nasty things with underage ones. So and of course people are going, oh well, he always knew it's a cover up. But you know, he was on a hiding to nothing. Like, damned if he did, damned if he didn't. Yeah. Anyway, U.S. police have reportedly arrested 24 people since 2018 who have abducted or abused victims they met on Roblox. That's shocking. There's some 77 million daily users, 40% of whom are under the age of 13, who shouldn't be playing it because it has an age limit, I believe, of 13. I don't let my kids do it. Yeah. So we're very, very particular about that. Even my own kids, I didn't let Charlie or Joshua play Call of Duty until they were 16. That's pretty tough.
But I mean, this is an important warning, I think, because Roblox is so popular.
Yeah.
I hear kids talking about it all the time.
Where do you hear these kids talking about it? Seriously? So are you hanging around kids listening to them talking about it?
Yes, Rob. That's all I do. I just give them candy and I let them talk. No, our court, we have a bunch of kids in the court, and I hear them talking about Roblox all the time. Is they're running back and forth, going from friend house to friend house. They'll be like, dude, I'm going to play Roblox now. And the other kid's like, oh, I can't play Roblox. I don't have any more Roblox bucks or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't even know the currency. But yeah.
But they don't want to play vanilla Roblox. They want to play all the mods in Roblox and the rude ones and the scary ones and the Last Night at Freddy's versions and all of that. That's what they want to do because it's like forbidden.
They got to be careful though, because somebody like Kim can be on their stalking and trying to get the kiddos to,
Oh, that JD Vance was talking about Kim this week as well. So
yes, he was. Yeah. Yes, he was.
3 years ago.
Howdy, Kim.
Howdy, Kim. Chat. Big hugs.
But yeah, it's just this is a good reminder. Be mindful of what your kids play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be present in their lives. Understand who they're talking to.
Yep.
Especially if they start talking about somebody they met in a video game that they're now talking to outside of the video game.
Scary.
So, all right,
my friend.
New releases.
I'm gonna
do my best Kim voice.
Oh, do it. Let me hear. I mean, you've got the Kim clothes on, so.
Let's see. How would I do Kim?
Haha, that's very.
Came out wrong.
They definitely came out wrong. The kitchen, the bathroom.
See, I don't think I can give it the feminine touch I need, but it's a little. I'm gonna make her now sound like Elmer Fudd. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't think I have a good Kim impression. I got to work on this. This is now my quest, a Kim impression.
Okay.
I won't make you sound like Elmer Fudd, Kim, I promise.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, July 28th to August 3rd, we have new releases to talk about. Thank you, Kim, for giving us these.
Thank you.
Operation Tango on the Switch, August 1st.
Tango and Switch.
Yeah. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter. Coming to everything August 1st. Thank goodness you're here. Thank goodness you're here. I
appreciate you, Greg.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, and Switch. This is why Kim's a professional. She does this all the time. She knows how to read these off.
Let me scroll down a bit here.
Yeah.
Let me scroll down a bit here.
August 1st, though, for that one. By the way, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, I believe that's a remake.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a remake of the Star Wars Bounty Hunter game. Tomba Special Edition.
Oh.
We had like a gazillion Tomba games. I feel like we have.
Yeah.
PlayStation 5, Switch, PC, August 1st. And then last but not least, the best game, probably game of the year, The Mortuary Assistant.
I'm dying for this. I don't know.
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One on August 2nd.
Yeah, so I mean, that game you have weekly visits from Joe to get his formaldehyde, and he gets sent back out the door again. You're not quite dead yet. On you go. You got another week in you.
Oh my goodness. So here's And I can't. We keep saying we're not going to go political. We keep going back to being political, but
Yeah.
we're not going to do it. We're going to move on, Robin.
Common sense.
Common sense. Common sense will prevail eventually. All right, you've got this far. Wednesdays, you
Ooh.
can come play Halo with me
Halo.
and the crew. 8 p.m. in the UK, 12 o'clock Western, Pacific time.
Yeehaw.
That's all that matters. If you want to see Robin racing, or maybe even
No.
play with Robin while he's racing,
Mm-mm.
no?
I'm
Oh no,
eating
because that's right.
spaghetti.
You're gone. You're in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Robin gives you the stiff middle finger. You can watch his videos though. They're entertaining. They are.
Have fun.
Watch them.
Have fun.
Bongo racing. Bongos bits
Yeah. Come buy a t-shirt.
pieces. Yeah. Buy a
Buy a mug.
t-shirt.
Buy a
Buy
mug.
stuff.
Buy a mug.
Buy an Omega Red racing gear
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah. Tell them Bongo sent you.
No.
You know what my discount code is?
No.
They'll ask me what my discount code would be. Take some off, Bongo.
Wait, what was it?
Take some off, Bongo.
Take some off Bongo. That could have. I would have thought for sure it would have been something Trump related, but
No.
nope, that works too. Take some off Bongo. Oh yeah.
No.
All right.
Anyway.
Catch us next week. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Well, same time ish. Although Robin, you won't be here next week. You're going to be still in Italy.
No,
I
you never
believe.
know. Might call in from Italy. It depends how much limoncello I've had.
Oh, good man.
I'm gonna have
yeah.
a lot of limoncello.
Yeah, I drank limoncello when I was out in Florida. It was one of those funny moments. I'm with my boss. We're sitting at the bar. It's storming like crazy outside, and he's like, "Do you want to do a shot of limoncello?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we had a little limoncello. We broke bread. Anyway, all right. Robin, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, Kim. Hug to Kim and all our guys that are going through one thing or another, whether it be Pete or Mark or Phil or anybody else is having a wee bit of trouble. I hope your troubles are light, and you get through it. Oh, there's Gamer Girl in there. Kim, there she is. She's in the chat. Yeah. Kim and JD Vance kissing up a tree. KSS Cat ING Cat Lady.
Oh, the cat ladies. They're ruining this country. All right.
Alrighty.
We'll have to get Kim. We will have to ask Kim about that when we talk next. I'm not sure how she took that one. I'm sure she didn't think it was pointed at her.
I don't think it's
directly,
pointed
but-
at her. I think it's the professional ladies that put having kids off to 40 odd and then they can't have kids. And
Yeah.
oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
All right. Hey, thank you, everybody. Thanks to Kim. Thanks to Nick. Who's in the chat. I think that was everybody in the chat for today. Short show. We'll be back next week.
it was an hour.
When hopefully we're going to actually get stuff to talk about soon, because gaming news has been light, but life news has been
Cool.
heavy and fun. Yeah. So, all right. Come back next week. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.